Okay, so a couple things I know about Wicked, which admittedly is not very much. It's based on a play. The play came out some time ago. It's like a prequel or origin story of the relationship between the Wicked Witch of the West and the Glinda, the Good Witch of the East, or whatever she's called. That's all I knew about it. That and that my mom would not stop bugging me to watch this movie, so I watched it. And here I am to tell you what I think of Wicked. So I turned into a bit of a theater kid when I was in high school. I did ROTC for a while, and then I did theater. Two very, very different things with two very different cliques and subcultures, and I love both of those things. But I really got into theater in high school and a little bit in college as well. Grew up kind of watching a lot of the classic musicals like The Music Man and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So I have like a special place in my heart for these types of movies, and I really like this one. It's actually pretty good. A lot of hype around it. It's really long. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is crazy considering this is the first half of what I thought was like a pretty typical length musical. I never heard that Wicked was like extraordinarily long as a musical. But this movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes long, and it's the first half. And yeah, it acts as an origin story between the two witches who are friends who go off to this school of, I guess, magic. And there's not really this big overarching conflict that drives the story. In that there is, but it doesn't take that, it takes a long time to get going. This movie is basically an hour and a half, if not longer, of just straight up character building, which I appreciate. And strengthening this relationship between our two main characters who initially are at odds with one another. And there's a lot of gray over, there's a lot of talk about good versus evil, and there's just a lot of gray in there, which I really appreciate. And then this overarching conflict about what's happening to these animals that are losing the ability to speak. They have this professor at the school who's a goat that's played by Peter Dinklage, and the goat speaks, but other animals are being put in cages so they can't speak. And there's this whole overarching conflict that is there, but doesn't really come to the forefront until the last hour of this movie. And then I think that's when the movie becomes really good. I think the last hour of this film is intriguing. And really I'm excited to see what the sequel is all about, because I don't know anything about the play. I'm not going to read anything about it. The second half comes out in November of what is now this year, since today is the 1st of January of 2025. So we're getting the rest of the story at the end of the year. Cynthia of Erivo as the Wicked Witch is really, really, really good. Ariana Grande as Glinda is also really, really, really good. So yeah, I like this movie. The singing's great. The dancing's great. John M. Chu, the director, does really good work. The choreography, everything comes together. The production values are through the roof. I think there's a couple instances, particularly with the animals, where the CGI is a little bit wonky. Obviously, the Wizard of Oz is a prominent character here. He's played by Jeff Goldblum, who we all love. But let's be realistic. This is just Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum, and it works here. It works just fine. So the Wizard is a weird, quirky guy, and Goldblum is a weird, quirky guy. So it works, right? So that's what I think of Wicked. Let me know what you think in the comments. Am I way off base? Is this movie trash? Is it the greatest thing ever? It's really good. Mom, you don't have to keep asking me to watch it, because now I have. I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Thank you for watching.